I wanna cry up every time I think about the goodness of Jesus. I wanna laugh, I wanna cry up. Looking at where He took me from, looking at all these things I've been through. Ooh, I got a testimony. God's been true to me. He made a way when there was no way out. God was there. Money, clothes, shoes, and even food. God was there. I got a testimony. Y'all don't understand. God's been good to me. Oh, every time I think about the goodness of Jesus, I wanna laugh. Every time I cry, every time I think about the goodness of Jesus, when I put my mind to it, I wanna laugh, I wanna cry. Every time I think about the goodness of Jesus, I wanna laugh, I wanna cry. When your life seems like nothing is working, no matter what you do, it seems like the door is closed. Man, the goodness of Jesus always gets you out of it. Just think about the goodness of Jesus. I repeat, He made a way when there was no way out. God was there. Money, clothes, shoes, and even food. God was there. I got a testimony. Y'all don't understand. God's been good to me.
Firm with a team of consultants and associates who focus on growing and transforming home healthcare agencies, non-profits, and small businesses in other industries as well as individuals. Our services include ABR Business Support Services, ABR Accounting and Tax Services, and ABR Anti-Money Laundering Compliance Services. At ABR, we bring to each assignment dedication and commitment, experience and skills, performance-based process, integrated solution teams, and client relations. For more inquiries on our services, call phone number 469-378-3441. ABR, transforming business through ideas. In order to keep ourselves and others safe from the coronavirus disease, we must all get vaccinated. Here are a few facts about the coronavirus vaccine. The vaccine does not have anything in it that can make you magnetic. All COVID-19 vaccines are free of metals. The COVID-19 vaccines available in the US do not contain live virus. They do not share any of their parts inside or outside of your body. The vaccine is safe for current and future pregnancies. There is no proof showing unsafe results on taking the vaccine for current or future pregnancies, which means pregnant women can also take the vaccine. The COVID-19 vaccine does not change your DNA. In fact, it has absolutely no interaction with your DNA. The vaccine does not cause you to test positive for the virus. It is untrue, as none of the vaccine will cause you to test positive in a viral test. Therefore, the vaccine is safe to use. Get vaccinated today and stay alive. A message sponsored by the African Career Education and Resource Incorporated, or ASA, in the state of Minnesota. When you are coming to Liberia, the first thing you think about is getting your way in and around the city. Now, you don't need to worry about that because LIB Executive Shuttle has that covered for you. We have our luxury private and share ride options, scheduled airport services, business or corporate travel, daily rental in and around Monrovia. Or if you want to take a trip to Kakata, Ganta, Buchanan, Banga, LIB Executive Shuttle got you. Our excursion packages include trips to Patawi Waterfalls, Sunset Beach, or Wuka Farms. We are located after Carver Mission Junction, RRA Road, Pinsville, Monrovia, Liberia. For inquiries, call cell numbers 0770 072 614 or 0770 072 613. Better still, call our USA number on 001 301 750 1336. LIB Executive Shuttle. Let us do the driving for you. The fight against COVID 19 has become imperative to the survival of the world to the extent we must all get involved. The question is, how do I get involved? Get tested. Get tested if you feel COVID 19 symptoms. Example, sore throat, cough, headache, etc. Get tested if you know you met someone who is now COVID 19 positive. Get tested before going to places where you may meet a lot of people. Example, schools, work, etc. Get tested before traveling, both domestic and international travels. Get tested when asked by a healthcare or public official to do so. Get tested today. Know your status and seek treatment if need be to stay alive. A message sponsored by the African Career Education and Resource Incorporated, or ASA, in the state of Minnesota. Dimple Abraham Myers Insurance Agency Incorporated, a subsidiary of State Farm, is that company that is equipped with trained staff to handle all your lines of insurance. Our insurance services include auto insurance, home insurance, and renters insurance. We also service business insurance, life insurance, and health insurance. Our insurance services cover Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. Dimple Abraham Myers Insurance Agency Incorporated is located in 18A Penmat Shopping Center, Newcastle, DE 19720. Our offices are open from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. For more information, call cell numbers 302-613-0038 or visit our website on www.dimplemakesitsimple.com. Dimple Abraham Myers Insurance Agency Incorporated. We've got all your insurance services covered. Hey there, here is a thing or two you need to know about COVID 19 and pregnancy. Pregnant and recently pregnant women are more at risk of severe illness from COVID 19. Most likely, hospitalization, need for ventilators, etc. Pregnant women who get COVID 19 are at a higher risk of preterm births and other complications. Most common symptom experienced by pregnant women after vaccination is pain at injection site. Research shows that vaccinations have no adverse effects in trying to get pregnant. Research showed that vaccine does not affect fertility of men. Vaccinated mothers pass on some immunity to their child through the placenta and through breast milk. It is safe to get the vaccine at any point before, during, and after pregnancy. It is safe to get the vaccine while breastfeeding. Get away from the misconceptions. Get vaccinated today to stay alive. A message sponsored by the African Career Education and Resource Incorporated, or ASA, in the state of Minnesota. Lapus Kitchen, a Liberian-owned business operated by Johnson and Wales University's trained chef Joyce Matowia, is your dining away from home. At Lapus Kitchen, we prepare all kinds of Liberian cuisines, including fried and rare oil potatoes, green, kidney beans, palava sauce, fever leaves, and a lot more. We also make rice bread, meat pies, cookies, Benesi candies, and all kinds of pastry products. Place in your order online today from anywhere in the US at www.lorpukatchen.com. The good news and order the best from a professional chef. Lapus Kitchen keeps your fingers licking.
What's going on in the morning?
Loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit. Most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Good morning, folks. Welcome. Good morning, Baga.
Yeah, good morning, Costa. Yep, you getting me?
Loud and clear. Tell that George man to check his message, man. Huh?
Okay.
I sent him an ad that I want him to run.
Yes.
I sent him an ad ever since.
Yeah, he play.
That ad that I sent him?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear it. Okay. Anyway, good morning. Welcome. Good afternoon. Good evening. Depends where in the world you are. You're listening to the Costa Show on one of our many platforms, or you are watching us on Facebook or on YouTube. Those are two of the platforms that we come to you on. We're very glad to be here. We thank God for life. We thank God for being able to be here. Today is April 6th. You all know this is a very notoriously infamous day in the history of our country. Many, many years ago, on April 6, 1996, there was a bloody skirmish that lasted several days, I believe, and in Monrovia. April 6, terrible day it was. Good morning to you, friends. Good morning to you, my friend, Booming, aka Bandi Ambassador. How are you and my sister-in-law and the wonderful kids? I hope you're all doing good. Good morning to all of you wonderful people. It's very good to be here. Good to have you all here. It's good to be alive. Every day we see is a beautiful day. This morning, Boaga, I saw the Josephine Davis, the Inspector General of the Ministry of Commerce. They're out about visiting from one warehouse to another warehouse. Philip Wikido, good morning to you, Wiki. Sister Berta Davis Nemo, good morning to you. All of you wonderful people, good morning. Every day we see is a blessed day, is a good day to be alive. Big brother Mike D. Gator, you will hear from me today. I will hit you up. We need to talk about something. Glad to have you all here. So I saw Josephine Davis Boakai out and about this morning. You see her stepping. She says she's inspecting warehouses. She says she's inspecting warehouses while the people got rice and they don't want to sell the rice. Listen, Boakai. On this one, I stand with the rice importers. And I will tell you why. Everything price going up all over the world, Boakai. I live in America, and I know what I'm talking. Everything price is gone up. You go shop in this country, Boakai, every item has had its price go up. Everything price going up. Then you want the rice importers to keep selling the rice the same price. No, let's be honest. They are business people. I don't stand with the government trying to tell the people, sell the rice the same price. Sell the rice the same price. If you want them to sell the rice the same price, go and talk to the APM terminals. They're jacking up their prices. You can tell them to put a moratorium to say, okay, you know what? Your handling charges, you are charging $11 per ton to lift 1 ton of rice. You have increased it from $11 to $15. That's $4 you've added to it. On rice, we want you to make an exception for this year. Don't increase it on rice. Make a deal with APM terminals. You're not doing it. You're telling the people they should keep rice at the same price. I stand with the rice importers all over the world, Buckeye. Every commodity has seen the price go up. Everything is going up. You can't tell a businessman say keep selling the rice the same price or keep selling your product the same price. You expect the man to do that? The man will lose.
No.
Buckeye. Everything will go up. Everybody know. So I stand with the rice importers. If you want the price to go down, go and negotiate with APM terminals and tell them to not jack up.
Amen, like every store.
That's what you should tell them. You can't be expecting the rice importers. Yeah. Everybody knows that. Everywhere you go. Yes, my sister Minnie Smith, really, even in Sam's Club, rice price going up. In America, Buckeye, the price of rice is up. The price of rice is up. Everywhere in the world, the price of rice is up. The price of everything is up. So, you want to help the people? You really care about the Liberian people? Go and talk to APM terminals to remove the $4 they added on the handling. The handling, folks, the handling is when the rice vessel arrives at the port, docks at the port, APM terminals, they use the equipment and they unload the rice. You want the people to not increase the price of rice? What you do is this. You remove the $4 that they added. That is what you do. But how can petroleum price go up? Fuel. The vessels are using fuel. The vessels that carry the rice, they're using fuel. And the price of petroleum is up. And you expect the price of rice not to go up? Everything going up. Everything going up. So that's what you're asking the importers to do. It is not fair. I stand with the importers. Ignore the government. Don't sell your rice. Let their citizens get angry with them. Do not sell your rice. Yeah. So nobody, then you want to accuse the government or the importers of profiteering. This is not profiteering. Profiteering is when people deliberately decide to exploit their consumers. That's profiteering. But in this case, it is not profiteering, my friends. It is not profiteering. The people just don't have money. I mean, they don't have, they can't. They need to increase the prices so they can stay in business. That is what they need to do. Everything price has gone up. So as a government, go sit down with the people who manage the port, all the high port charges, try to cut them down. And then you strike a deal with the importers. But to force them, so I see Josephine Davis. I mean, a bunch of ignorant, stupid people. Who the hell is Josephine Davis? Does Josephine Davis know that there's global inflation? Does he know what they call inflation? Does he know that prices are going up all over the world? Does he know that? Then you're running around warehouses telling people, the rice here, you will sell it right here. You will sell it. I see the ignorant girl passing around in the video this morning. I said, what the hell is going on? This is what happens when you put a bunch of stupid people in positions where they don't belong. This is what you get. She was at SWAT warehouse. Y'all better lead the business, people. Y'all better lead the people that the people call the global inflation. You got Josephine Diller who can say shopping sprees. Who go on shopping sprees. So we're gonna she on inspection sprees this morning, boy guy. Inspection sprees. Yeah. Shopping sprees, woman. Passing around from warehouse to warehouse and talking about yo will sell it rice. If you were a business person, boy guy, and you have to spend much more money to bring in your product, your commodity, and the government forcing you to sell it at a price that will cause you to lose. Everybody in the world knows that rice price has gone up. Josiah Smith, you're right. You go to even the Walmart in America, America's largest store, you will see everything going up. Everything price going up in America, guy. Then how the hell you tell a rice importer, sell it right at same price? Sell it right at same price. I will never do that. I will keep my rice. And you can't force me to sell my rice. What you will do? You will go take the people warehouses over and sell it rice? Go talk to your APM terminals people, strike a deal. We're giving you an idea for free. Yeah, she can go on shopping sprees. So that morning she on inspection sprees Fisi get see her passing around top of she inspecting the people with her to prove that they get rice here. They don't want to sell the rest. Who will bring product they didn't want to sell the product? Does that make sense to you? Eh? Who will bring product in the country they didn't want to sell a product? Yeah. Oh no, I mean ABKD. The point we're making is that all over the world prices are going up. You know, whether it's Sam's Club in America, whether it's Walmart or Home Depot, prices are going up all over the world. That's the point that we are trying to make. So on this rice issue, all you can do is to sit down with the rice importers, have a conversation with them, go and look for ways you can cut back on the cost for them, like the handling charges at the port. Tell APM Terminus, look, you increase the handling charges per ton from $11 to what? $15. And they did that in February, I believe, or sometime last year. So we want you to remove the $4 and keep it at $11 for the rice importers, at least for now. At some point, you can carry it back up when prices come back down. But for now, we want you to do that because we don't want the price of rice to go up. That's what you do as a government. Go talk to the people. Go find a way for the importers to not have to pay more money. That's what you do. You don't intimidate the rice importers. They're business people. And everybody knows everything price going up. At least, thank God, everybody knows that one.
Their point is that if rice price go up, Liberian men in their food business, it means that they are rice business, not small things. So we are approaching.
Okay, all right. If you don't want rice price to go up, then go grow your own damn rice. Let the government invest in growing rice, huh? Grow your rice domestically. But Bwakai, every businessman will carry that rice price up. And all the prices go up in the world, the rice price will not go up. Bwakai, all prices in the world have gone up. The only rice price will not go up. Does that make sense to you? The very few that they put in the vessel. How much you buying one gallon of gas in Liberia? $5 US. And they put it. Yeah. They released the latest petroleum prices the other day. A gallon of petroleum product is up $5 now in Liberia. Yeah, in America, said the price going. Everybody crying. Begin gas going up like hell. This is what happened in the world. This is what's going on in the world. Yeah. So leave the people alone. Okay. Something else we got to talk about here in the morning. You know, somebody sent me a video yesterday. George Fambule. And I'll give him credit for that video. My man, Liberian people, we are stupid people. And I will publish the video today. I will post this video so you all can go watch this video. It's short. It's 4 minutes. That video is only 4 minutes. I sent it to my man Aaron last night and asked him to extract it for me from YouTube so I can post it. I want you all to go watch it. In this video, Bwakai, let me tell you what the video is about. It's about an airport. That is the reason why it is even important. That's why I'm talking to you about it. It will make a vessel, and the reason I'll post it so you can get vessel, you can cost the government good. I will post this video. In this video, Bwakai, they are talking about the world's first airport to be completely solar powered. The entire electricity supply for the airport is coming from solar energy. Okay. Solar energy. Yeah, the entire airport. The airport is called the Cochin International Airport. It is based in India. This airport, between 2018 to 2019, this airport handled more than 10.2 million passengers. More than 10.2 million passengers. That is more than 2 times the population of the entire Republic of Liberia. This airport handled that passenger traffic in just 2 years. Why? That means the airport was handling around 5.1 million passengers per year.
Yeah. That's the entire Liberia.
5.1 million passengers per year. The airport received 71,871 airplanes or aircraft in 2 years.
Wow.
71,871 aircraft in 2 years landed at Cochin International Airport in India. This airport, in terms of international traffic, it is the third busiest airport in India. You know how India is large, over 1.something billion people. This airport is also, on the overall, the 10th busiest airport in all of India. This airport. I got a YouTube video, but that's not what I'm talking to you about. This entire airport, Buakai, is powered by solar panels. All of the electricity for this airport is produced by solar panels. Guess how much it cost? To install the entire dedicated and standalone exclusive solar farm for this airport. It cost the government of India $10 million. And they did it in 6 months. Let me repeat. I will publish the video. They did it in what? 6 months.
6 months.
Yes, Waka. 6 months. 6 months, $10 million. 6 months, $10 million. Now, for the entire solar panel system, this is the world's first 100% solar-powered airport. Now, what in this video is going to piss you the hell off? You want me to tell you that part? What's going to make Liberians mad?
Yeah.
6 years ago. 6 years ago. This video was produced 6 years ago. Some idiots from RRA management got on a plane, flew to India, and visited the airport. And they said they want to come back to Liberia and to replicate the same thing the people are doing in Cochin, at the Cochin airport. They want to replicate it. They want to come and do the same thing in Liberia. What did I just say? 6 years ago. And you know, Liberia was stupid. We wasted government money. We flew all the way to India. We saw the people at the airport. Hey man, look at the way it's looking. It's fine. The people using solar energy. And we can do it in Liberia too. We came for you to show how you can do it here, so we can go back to Liberia, so we can do the same thing too. We'll build our own a solar farm, so we can get a current from solar from the sun. No need to be using generator and blah blah blah. You see the dirty son of my swan there said now in the video in the people airport. I will publish the video. Why? We are so stupid that we will waste our time and our people's money. Travel to India, sit there with the people. They gave them a guided tour, how they build a solar farm, a dedicated solar farm at a cost of $10 million in just 6 months to produce enough electricity for the entire airport 24 hours a day, non-stop. 6 years ago. Guess what, Buckeye?
Yeah.
You will see your Liberian brother and your Liberian sister, Paula Ferris Harvey. I will drop the Harvey, and she and Harvey no longer married. You will see Paula Ferris. You remember when you saw the interview with McGill and Tway and all of them standing on the steps of the executive mansion? Did you see that video, Paula, that interview?
Yeah.
The press conference that they did?
Yeah. Yes, I saw it.
You saw that Ray girl, that mulatto girl? She's very intelligent.
Yeah, I saw her. Yeah.
Paula was one of the people. She's the deputy for technical at the airport. She's the deputy for technical and for operations or technical. She's in the video. She went to India. She and another guy, the Liberian guy, I'm just forgetting that dude's name. I'm forgetting his name, but people recognize him when they watch the video. She and that guy went all the way to India. Why? The two of them, they went all the way to India. They sat down there with the people. They walked them through. Oh yes, she is divorced, of course. So I'm not gonna call her Harvey. She's no longer Mrs. Harvey. She and the guy, Katie, you said that your small sister? She's a typical Liberian, good for nothing people. They went all the way to India. Abraham Getty, I come and say in a video. Then you see her talking to the people. And yeah, this is a brilliant thing. And we want to replicate this back home in Liberia. And we're going to make it. This is 6 years ago. 6 years ago. 6 freaking years ago. They went to India. Oh, you say you want to see the video, Katie? Look, Liberians, I swear to God. They went to India. They wasted our money. They said they were going to see the way the Indians did it. Oh my God, this is so wonderful. See how it works. 100% solar power and blah, 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 blah. Oh, you say you want to see it. I was sending you the video. I can't send you the video so you can see the video. See a small sister at the airport in India, Cochin International Airport. Cochin, 100% solar powered. 100%. They wasted our money just so they can make trip to India. Why? They wasted our country money, flew to India, air tickets, Padang, DSA as they call it, hotel accommodation, all that kind of yama stuff.
All that.
And they said they were bringing it back to Liberia. And Paula has been at the airport for long. And Bwaga, do you know something? The time they made that trip, and Bwaga, when they made that trip to India, we hadn't built, the new terminal was not built yet.
Nope.
It was 6 years ago. The new terminal was built in the last 4 years. Yeah. The new terminal was built in the last 4 years, not the last 6 years, the last 4 years. So when they made the trip to India, they could have insisted that that particular system at the airport in India could be replicated. But then let's move on to something else here. The government said they need $23 million. They got to do the apron, the area where the planes park and where they connect with the jet bridge. And then the passengers disembark, go through the jet bridge and into the terminal. And then they got to do they said that place has not been touched for the last, 50 years. But listen, the electricity component, they said they need, okay, first of all, I don't know how they arrive at that figure. You know, how they arrive at that. But I will publish a video later on. You will watch your people. How we go to other places and see how other people do what they do, and we never ever learn or replicate it. Yeah. That is sad. Now, the CLSG. Okay, let's move on to the CLSG. We're staying on electricity. The CLSG program. For those of you who do not know what it means, CLSG. It stands for, the C stands for Cote d'Ivoire, the L stands for Liberia, the S stands for Sierra Leone, the G stands for Guinea. Under the CLSG program, these people spend millions and millions of dollars. They ran electrical cables, they ran cables. They ran cables all the way from the Ivory Coast into Liberia. Okay? The cables came into Liberia. Guess what?
What?
The cables came into Liberia. We built the power station and everything, and they were supposed to connect us. Under the CLSG program, countries like the Ivory Coast that produce sufficient electricity, more than enough for their own countries, they export some of that electricity. When the CLSG program came, listen to this and see how Liberians are good for nothing people. Listen to this. The electricity came. The first places that got connected, Grand Gide, Maryland County, Limba County. Those 3 counties are connected. Maybe there are several others, but those 3 counties are connected. Those 3 counties have already been enjoying very, very reliable electricity. Guess what, Waka?
Yeah, what? That's true. They've been enjoying good electricity, like you said.
And according to what I'm told, for free. They say it was a trial program or whatever. Now, on the CLSG program, they built a substation in Buchanan, Grand Bassa. They got one substation in Grand Cape Mount County.
Yeah.
Now, the electricity is already in Liberia. The people in Maryland County are enjoying reliable, affordable electricity. The people in Grand Jita and the people in Nimba under the CLSG program, extremely reliable power. Okay. But guess why they have not switched Monrovia or Monterrey on? You want to know why, Boagai?
Yeah.
When they brought the electricity, for some reason, we decided to connect the people in, somebody watching, Francis Emote. You say you're watching from Plebo, Maryland County. You have electricity in Plebo, Maryland County. Just the other day, I read a tragic story of a young man, of a guy who was painting a house and mistakenly touched a high tension line and died.
It was a mugs. It was a mugs.
Thank you. He was painting the mosque in Plebo, Sorokin District, Maryland County. He touched the high tension line and he died instantly in Maryland County.
Yeah.
The people in Maryland County have electricity under the CLSG program. They've been enjoying it for several years now. Do you know why they haven't switched Monterrey County on you, Bob? Why you want to know?
Yes, I do.
Okay, President Emo just said, President Emo, I'm going to ask you one more question. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. You are in Plebo, Southern District, Maryland County. The electricity you're enjoying currently in Plebo, are you paying for it? I want to be positively sure before I say this, but I'm told they're not paying. Are you paying for the electricity you're currently enjoying under the CLSG program? The electricity they're bringing from across the border, from the Ivory Coast. Are you paying for it? Now, you don't have to single yourself out. But from what I'm told, they are not paying. Why? From what I'm told, they've been doing what they call a trial program for several years now. They've had this electricity. They haven't been paying any money. So the Ivorians are saying they are not paying money for it. Why? They're giving the people free electricity. Liberian man, you go make Liberian man get you something free. Liberian man, the electricity is not ours. It's been brought from the Ivory Coast on the CLSG program. You connected the people, you giving it to them free. We owe the people about $10 million. Yes. Liberia owes the people $10 million. Francis Emo says, yes, we are paying now. You are paying now. But let me ask you, how long have you been paying? Because from what I'm told, they haven't been paying. If they are paying now, maybe it's only now. We owe the people about $10 million. You see what we owe the people?
10 million.
Okay, my mentor Robert said, I know the people in Nimba started paying recently. There you go. You see what Charlie is saying? The people just started paying. They gave the people current to the Liberian for free. They say, y'all enjoy it. Okay, you see what I'm talking about? They took the people current. What they spend plenty money on. They take it, they give it to their people. They say, you'll be using the current. It's free. They think the money not go up for them to pay the people. They ain't got the money to pay the people. We owe the CLSG program almost $10 million. The people say, before we connect Montserrat County, before we connect Ducor, for you to get current in Ducor, you gotta pay our money first. Okay. The people say, we want to pay their money first. They say, we must pay their money first. The government can't find $10 million to pay the people so they can connect Montserrat County. You can find $10 million so they can connect Montserrat County. Yes, Jungle Water is a service provider in Nimba. I know that. What's the guy named Floyd Thomas.
Yeah.
Biggest businessman in Nimba County, hard-working man. He is a service provider. They gave him a contract. He does all the connections, people's homes, and all that kind of thing. They do all the connections. But we owe the CLSG program $10 million. Joe our president. Alassane Dramani Ouattara is the president of the Ivory Coast. Why don't we? I can't go to Ouattara and say, look, Mr. President or Big Brother, the electricity problem in Liberia giving me help. I know we owe you some money for the current our people that been using. We pay you over $9 million.
Yeah.
But the current benefit in Monrovia is giving us help. I beg you. Let's pay $3-4 million now. We make payment plan. We will pay the bottom money. Are you listening? Somebody said the payment started in 2021. They just started paying the money. But why you go take the people current and you give it to the Liberian free? Huh? Why you go take the people current? You give it to Liberian people free. Liberian people not. Oh, Jesus Christ. Electricity is not free. You won't give it to your people, subsidize it as a government. But it is not free anywhere in the world. I don't know, maybe there are countries in the world where electricity is free, but utilities are very expensive. You can't give utilities to your citizens for free. The government must pay, especially if it's been produced by another country, or in this case, by another country. It is not for you. You can't give it to your people free. We owe the people $9 million. So my people, I need the Liberian people to know why we're not getting the benefit from the CLSG program. Bwaka, the day they turn the CLSG thing on, listen to me, Bwaka. The day they turn that thing on, that substation in Buchanan and the substation in Grand Cape County, the day they turn it on, I think there's one in Monrovia. I'm not sure, but there's
they do have one in Monrovia. They have built it right to Jamaica Road, and one is on. They have also constructed one on the Bombing Highway.
Yeah, on the Bombing Highway. Yes. So they got one. I will make the actually Bombing Highway.
Yeah, they have done one on Jamaica Road, right to the intersection.
Thank you. But the day we pay the people $9 million, let me tell you what will happen. Begin, electricity will flow. No more power outages. The electricity will flow. It will flow. Why? The government has kept their mouth shut. Somebody said the president is my friend, I'm telling you to do so. The president is not my friend, not because he reached out to me. He's not my friend. The way I can tell him is right here on this platform. For several years, I've been talking about electricity, many years, and different options, different technologies, renewable power. I've been talking about this for a long time. They don't listen. From Ellington to Joliet time. We need to pay the CLSG people their money, almost $10 million. Van Ross said they built one at Hotel Africa Road. Okay, thank you. And they got one at Clay Checkpoint and one at Jamaica Road. That is CLSG. Yeah. Van Ross, thank you. That is CLSG. That is substations there. My man, Van, the day we pay the people $9 million or strike a deal with them to pay that money, guess what? When they switch those substations on, the current that will flow in Monrovia, you will not even believe it. Why? That one, they're not get time to do it. What are the water level in the hydro go down? What are the water they do today? Look, that power is very, very reliable. And it will be even cheaper. Why can't we go and sit down with these people, with the Ivorians or the management of C? You know the CLS people got their office right in Liberia?
Yeah, they do.
The CLS people got their office right in Liberia. We need to sit down with them or go straight over them to the president of Ivory Coast, because that's where most of the electricity is coming from. If not all of the electricity that's coming into Liberia is coming from the Ivory Coast. We need to go to them and say, look, we've got a major electricity crisis in our country, energy crisis. We need you to help us. We owe you $9 million. We don't have it all at once. Can we negotiate something where we pay you some now and we can defray the rest over a period of time? Can we do that? You mean that $9 million benefit people not get current in the country? When you could have electricity everywhere? But see what the people did. They took, that means places that didn't have power will have power. Grand Bassa will have power. Bombing County, Grand Cape Mount County, all those areas will have power. Today, the people in Nimba are enjoying power. The electricity in Maryland County. What friends in Emot? Friends in Emot, you live in Maryland County. You are enjoying the CLSG power. When was the last time you had an electricity outage in Maryland County? Or anybody else that's watching here from Maryland County, please tell us, when was the last time you had a power outage in Maryland County? Just tell us. The last time in Maryland County or Nimba County or Grand Jide, when was the last time you had a power outage? When last did power go off in Maryland County? Okay.
Check your WhatsApp.
Did you send me the answer to that question?
Check your WhatsApp.
Thank you. This is the American ambassador visiting with Echo. The American ambassador will carry government. They men are enemy of the state. Walk out. Transco CLSG. This is the CLSG. This is the Facebook page. And they posted this. Let me read it. Somebody sent a screenshot to Bwaga. Bwaga just sent a screenshot to me. The United States ambassador to Liberia, Michael McCarthy, is encouraging the government of Liberia to complete all commercial framework documents, including the power purchase agreement with Cote d'Ivoire and the transmission service agreement with Transco CLSG to ensure the delivery of stable and affordable electricity to the people of Liberia. The same thing what we're talking here. Now the same thing the American ambassador were talking in this Facebook post. There's something called the power purchase agreement with Ivory Coast. Now, where the power coming from? The American ambassador is saying the government of Liberia should complete the power purchase agreement. You know what the power purchase agreement is? Get away working. Ivory Coast producing the power. They're sending it to Liberia through the CLSG framework or the infrastructure. But we need to sign something called a power purchase agreement. That means we sign an agreement that says we'll buy the power from you at 10 cents per kilowatt hour, and then we will then sell it to our people. That's what they call a power purchase agreement. You buy the power from this. The CLSG people will not deal directly with the citizens. No, they will deal directly with LEC. LEC buys the power from them. LEC then sells the power to the Liberian people. That is the way the deal is structured. So the American ambassador is here. According to the post, I don't know how recent it is or when this screenshot was taken, but the post says from 1 day ago, the American ambassador visited the CLSG people, and he is telling the Liberian government, I'm going to read it again. He's saying the United States ambassador to Liberia, Michael McCarthy, is encouraging the government of Liberia to complete all commercial framework documents, including the power purchase agreement, PPA, with Cote d'Ivoire, and the transmission service agreement with Transco. Transco is a company that takes care of the transmission, the long lines, those lines, the T&D aspect. The Transco people, they take care of that. The power comes from Cote d'Ivoire, but the lines were installed by Transco. So the American ambassador is saying, but let me ask you a question. You mean by this time here, we signed the agreement here?
Yo.
Please tell me something. By this time, Liberia not signed the power purchase agreement yet?
I'm sending you the entire. I just sent you the entire story so you can go through it. The entire story.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Baga, are you telling me by this time yet, the Liberian government, they got one substation in Yekepa? This is where the American ambassador took this picture from and made those remarks. The CLSG country manager is Jerry T. Taylor. I know Mr. Jerry Taylor. He's a Liberian man. I know Jerry Taylor. So we owe the people, we owe the people almost $10 million. Wait, are you telling me by this time we not signed the agreement yet?
Yeah.
The agreement to purchase the power, we're not signing here with the people?
And they both been giving you current.
Magil, 12. So yeah. What are you doing? We're not signing the agreement yet. Wait. But we sign no agreement yet to get the power. So the power they've been giving. So now you have and you see why I said they've been giving the put current for free? Because before you even supply the people current to your citizens, you should have signed the agreement, the power purchase agreement with them. You see that kind of thing? Now the people say, before we get you current, you must pay our $9 million. Mahosi. Yan say he was in Saclay, PA for 1 month in Nimba County. He said he enjoyed the current 24 hours, 24/7. Yeah, you were there for 1 month. When was the last time in that 1 month? Was there any time in that 1 month that electricity went out?
Because they may say 24 hours and even he will leave current or he go walk away and come back.
Because you're not paying 1 cent. Full side. So you mean a $9 million bill will not get current? Okay, let's go to the lines. Can you imagine?
Okay, the phone lines are open. 0770-102-102 86010383 555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 624171. Coming up, and you will be live on the show this morning.
Somebody just messaged me and said Maryland County is off because GOL owes $9 million and electricity is passing through Liberia and it is being used there. There you go. So they said they turn Maryland off. Yan Mahosi says, not one time. He said it never happened. The 1 month you were there for corridor went off. Baga, you see that kind of thing? But Baga, all men say they get sense. You say you need 23 million to repair the airport and to bring current to the airport. You're looking for 23 million. But you owe CLSG. Listen, Baga, tell them what I'm about to say. You owe the CLSG people 9 million so they can switch you on. When you pay that 9 million, from the play you won't find it 23 million, and they switch you on. You got a power station in Buchanan. That power station in Buchanan cannot supply the airport.
Costa, they have one of their stations red to cement notice again. Red to cement notice on the Ralphie Highway. So.
No, Baga, you lie. You are opposition. You are enemy of the state. You lie.
No, I'm telling you serious thing, Costa. I'm not opposition.
Deep power station to cement notice.
Red to cement notice. I'm serious about that.
So you mean when when they pay the 9 million, we can just switch the thing on and the airport have 24-hour current like you talking to?
Yeah.
No, that one is allowed. Like in your sleep, you saw like all the power station.
Okay.
Let's take some calls. So you mean they leave that one there? They can pay the 9 million so the airport can get current 24 hours. But okay, my man, that one not true. Let's go take some calls. Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
This person here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Buckeye, and good morning to Costa. This is DJ Lume. Look, Costa, nothing can come from the 419 people. Look, Costa, let me tell you something. That 9 million, they will not pay that 9 million, but they prefer to bring DJ Druba and other people here, coming into them to come and pay investment back. That will pay the plane ticket, they will rent the best of hotels for them to stay inside. They will pay that 9 million, but they will pretend taking that money. They say they want to save the RIA, that 20 million, that end of the day, because that 40 million, what they just signed for yesterday, that 81 sports. So that 40 million, what you just signed for to do the Liberian people good, you go take 9 million for that money and you pay Ivory Coast. But how Costa, the question is, why they make them go to a be better in Ivory Coast? Who will you care in Ivory Coast? You will care Usman Bama, that criminal where you go saying wrong, Watara? He will care Usman Bama where you go saying wrong, Watara? He will not do it. They put that desire to just fall like for money. That 40 million they signed for yesterday, Costa, what they come to store. They tell you, say, they go and take money from there to go save RIA. Take that money from there, take 9 million from there. All that people will be happy. They will not even question you pay that 9 million because one current. Challenge them, they will not do it. They will spend useless money on our.
All right, thank you.
No, Firestone can supply RIA, and it makes sense because I myself been wondering. Firestone uses a 110 system, like in America. RIA is on a 220 system, power system. So they can't supply. You know, if you're talking about a small setup, you can say we'll ram the power up to what? 220, but in this case, they can't. So Firestone cannot supply RIA because the system of RIA is built for 220 and Firestone system is 110. So that's fine. But Buckeye, you telling me, say, right to spend notice, they get one CLSG power substation right there. So by the time we pay the 9 million here and we sign the power purchase agreement, they would switch Liberia on and we'll get current all over the country, including the my man. That one Allah. Let's take some more calls there. I believe that one.
All right. Thank you. Let's take this person. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
All right. That person.
Okay, hold on. Let me do this. We want to say in a very special way, happy, blessed birthday to our darling big sister, Evangeline Mamita. Today is her birthday. We dedicate this presentation to you exclusively. We wish you many happy returns of your birthday. You are an amazing, wonderful big sister of ours and a big supporter of this show. My man, Wagai, you're telling me, say, when we pay the 9 million to the CLSG people and we sign the power, but Wagai, what we're doing when I sign the power purchase agreement here?
Is it that there's no money or what?
No, listen, Wagai. What we're doing when we sign a power purchase agreement yet, the agreement that we need to sign in order for the people to start selling the power to us. What we're doing when we sign it? Please tell me. What are we doing?
We're still waiting to see whether the current is reliable or not. Because the one that coming from the Macope, we bet him.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Let's take some more calls there, Baga. Shortly, we'll take Mr. Alex Coffey at 7:30 Eastern time. That is in 13 minutes time. But let's take some more calls. Like, brother, hell of a country, my man. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. What? My man, we're a hell of a country.
Let's take this person here. Good morning.
Good
morning.
Hello?
Your name I call
The
it.
Princess Cooper thing here, we're start making noise about it.
Okay. Good morning to my leader, to the Island Metro Costa. I'm kind of constrained, but leader, the information what I gave is on topic. As we speak, I just passed by notice. They have one of the substation there. So the information is authentic, and there is no doubt that indeed they have a substation there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There you go, Bobby. Your information has been validated. So by the time we pay the 9 million and sign the power purchase agreement with the CLSG people, and they switch us on, RIA can have reliable electricity, no more power outages at the airport, no more power outages in Montserrat County. Businesses will do well. The cost of operating businesses in terms of electricity will come down.
Yeah.
All those tremendous benefits, and for 9 million, me, I want to hear what the government got to say. Well, guy, I beg you, please remind me, we're not leaving the topic yet. Every day, we'll ask them when they are signing this power purchase agreement and when are they paying the $9 million. We're not leaving this topic. Princess Cooper. This Princess Cooper thing, poor guy. The police, they haven't said a word. They have not said a word since the autopsy was supposedly done. They haven't said a word. They haven't said a word about the investigation. Who told you you have to conclude an investigation before you can give information to the public about a case that has serious public interest? Who told you that? Who told you you got to wait and have all of the facts and understand all of the circumstances before you can brief the public? There are certain pieces of information you can brief the public on. But you're saying that you must conclude everything before you tell the public, especially a public that doesn't trust the government and for the right reasons? Who told you that? You've done the autopsy since Thursday of last week. Today is Wednesday of the following week. You can't say a word to the public? You haven't written up the report of the autopsy yet? What's happening to the call log? What is happening with the call log? Yes. Louis Swag, we can't let this case die or get cold, because I'm sure that's what they're hoping. They're hoping that we're going to stop talking about this case and then it dies. But we can't let that happen. Bugger, we should not let that happen. This is a 25-year-old girl who met her end in a questionable manner. Why haven't they said anything to us about the call log? Huh? They should tell us something. Is the call log helpful or is it not helpful? Have you traced the last numbers that she called? Have you spoken with those people? Have you interviewed them? What is that playing, Bugger? Are you playing music for someone?
I don't know. What is?
There's some kind of song playing in the background somewhere. But Bugger, this is serious. Let's go back to the lines and take a few more calls there. We got to keep talking about this thing, Bugger. We can't let it die. We demand justice for Princess Cooper. We demand the police to tell us the result of the autopsy. It's been days since it was done. Tomorrow makes it exactly 1 week. Does it take a week to write up the report of an autopsy? Huh? How long does it take? The first thing they should have done, I am no pathologist, I am no coroner, I am no forensic whatever, but the first thing they should have done, I would do, is to commission to have a standard toxicology test done. A toxicology test is a test that's done on a corpse or a dead body to determine whether that person injected any kind of toxins or poison. Because from what we hear, they said the girl was bleeding through the nose and the mouth. You know, in a lot of cases where people were poisoned, that is one of the signs of poisoning. So you want to do a toxicology test first, or one of the things you do to see whether there's any foreign substance in her body. And it would not be hard to know that. And if she consumed or injected any foreign substance or toxin or poison, that test could find it. Something's playing, black guy. Something's playing. I don't know where it's playing from, but something is definitely playing.
Yeah, we're trying to work on it, because
it's from your end, right?
Yeah,
because I'm playing no music from here. Now, yesterday, the national, as I said, I'm writing this down. I'm literally writing this down so that we don't forget. Tomorrow, April 7th, we got to keep talking about the Princess Cooper thing here. We demand Princess Cooper, our first talking point for tomorrow. We can't let this case die. We're not going to let you forget that a 25-year-old enterprising young lady, beautiful at that, had her life cut short under circumstances that are shady at best. We need to know what happened to Princess Cooper. We're not going to stop talking about it. Also, tomorrow, the CLSG. That's another topic we're not going to stop talking about. Don't tell me you got the damn solution right there and you ain't doing a jink thing. You need to find $9 million. Then you tell me you need 23 million to fix the airport. To fix all the problems at the airport. The airport is important. But one of the key problems you have there is electricity. So if you find the $9 million and sign the agreement with the CLSG people, we can have electricity for not just the airport, but for the entire Montserrat County and beyond.
Yeah, Bommy, Cape Town,
Magibi, all those people can have electricity.
Yeah.
Let's take a few more calls there, guy. Yeah, so tomorrow.
All right.
We will be asking you again, what the hell is wrong with the autopsy report? You did the autopsy last Thursday. Tomorrow makes it 1 week. Where's the report? Let's go back to the lines. Take a few calls, and then we'll take Mr. Ellis Coffee there in 5 minutes.
That's the question. Let's see if we can take the birthday
Why the people
woman,
don't trust you? That's why the people don't trust you. Every time somebody dies, the people be thinking that you may have something to do with it, or you're trying to protect somebody because you never investigate anything conclusively, and we no hair no day.
Okay,
And
let's
it's
take
just not the
says in
government fault. In every government, that's what you do. But it has to end.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Boakai. Good morning, Costa, and thank you for the birthday wishes. But speaking of Ivory Coast is distant, Ouattara is distant itself, and we are been doing. It did that long time ago, but you don't notice yet. And most of the companies that in Ivory Coast, as we I would say that privatization, they are owned by French. And when you pay the other country like Ghana, they're not going to give you any electricity. So they have to pay for that money and go right back to going to pay first and go record. Nobody going to get the electricity. I'm sure the French not going to do that. Thank you for your show.
Thank you. Laute Martina Konate on this line. Probably she have an update on the scene situation. Let's see if we can have her on with us. Okay, we just missed up. Martina, you have to call me back. Please try to call back.
The way they do their case here now, a lot of they're trying to protect somebody else. You see? All
right, let Martina. Good morning, welcome.
Who y'all want to protect?
Wow. That's the question.
Oh, somebody asked me about the UP case.
Martina, just hold on.
The commissioners ruled yesterday, and they said that the hearing officer should resume jurisdiction of the case. They sent the case right back down, so just to delay. I'm not surprised.
Martina, welcome.
Good morning, brother. Good morning, to leader. Good morning, to our Martina Konate, sound this morning. I want to speak on a Peter Scoper issue. Trust me, leader, that case, the police don't compromise that case. Because I received of intelligence that Patrick Suru to question Princess Scoper's boyfriend, that Princess was suffering from cold, because the boss said that Princess was suffering from cold. At January, she went for treatment. So they want to say that cold killed Princess Scoper. She had a boss to call the boy here up there to question him whether his girlfriend had cold. Just say, yeah, my girlfriend had cold, but that's something that she just suffered for and I came her to hospital. She took treatment. They said the police even went to the clinic and she was taking treatment and go do some further investigation there. But to be honest, the police, they are very useless. To be honest, instead of you taking time going to hospital, go to EAW Junction. There are people there that know something. Then go and question the people. Go and ask, because they identify guy in question that people going to go see. That guy that in that building, he never complaining about him. He always causes a lot of noise, a lot of activities in the building and nobody know what he's doing. Go and do the investigation there. They want to come to tell her that Princess died from cold, and we will not accept that result, Peter. We will not accept that result. Princess did not die from cold. For me, I'm a pneumonia patient. I suffer from chronic cold. Everybody know in my family, every friend are closer to me. They want to tell me something like that. Just taking treatment for that cold, that she start bleeding, she suffer from cold. Then they protect me, they pray for you. Even speaking, they don't want me there to speak. And I heard that they even threaten her because they liberty guys, they protect the liberty guys. You know, we have to do something. They want to come from my kids. And Princess Popo really needs justice. It's not for Princess Popo, but other people. Our lady here in our country, they can't treat us like this.
All right, thank you so much, Martina.
Thank you, Martina. We are gonna continue with this. Sometimes many of these deaths, especially of ordinary people who have no connection with government, who don't work in government, it's not the government people that killed them. Princess Cooper, you and I didn't know Princess Cooper before, but when they die, unfortunately, and then the government people play with the investigation, and then it makes the public start to suspect that there was foul play, that somebody big is being protected. You understand? That is what happens. So the only way that people will stop accusing you as a government of either covering up or trying to protect somebody is when you do the right thing. You understand? The first blunder you all made was for Moses Carter to tell the public that Princess Cooper's death was normal and as she died of natural causes, that there was no foul play. You cannot rush to say such things when you haven't even forensically looked at the body, the corpse, to determine what caused her death. But they said that because they know the way their mindset is wired. They knew they were going to try, if somebody had done it, somebody important, they were going to try to protect that person. So the first thing, the first instinct, the man was speaking instinctively. That's the way we operate here. If there's somebody big there, we got to protect the person. So the first thing is, we will say there was no foul play. And because of that now, you said that, the people don't trust you. Anything else you say now, nobody will listen to you. You did an autopsy last Thursday. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow makes it 1 week since you did the autopsy. You haven't said a word. You got her cell phone. Where's the call log? Even the family, they're not even telling them much, let alone the public. So we're not going to stop talking about this. We have to make a lot of noise about it. We have to. Too many simple things for you to handle the right way. So your nigga being the people mouth, you can't even do it well. Jesus. But let's take Mr. Coffee here. Mr. Alice Coffee, good morning. It's a pleasure to have you on the Costa Show. And we've been expecting you for a while now. You know, Mr. Coffee is here.
Good morning, good morning.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic.
Mr. Coffee?
Yeah, he can hear as well. Mr. Alice Coffee, welcome to the Costa Show, and it's a pleasure to have you join us this morning. And we want to talk to you about
Yes, sir.
if you have a device that you were listening to us on, do us a favor and turn that device off. Turn that device off so that it does not confuse you, because there is a delay effect. And listen to us.
Yes, I am logging off.
Yeah, so log off. Yeah. Because there's a delay effect.
Is it okay now?
Fantastic. So you have no problem hearing us, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Not too loud, but I can hear you. Let me increase my volume here.
Yeah, that's something you can do from your end. Yes, that shouldn't be a problem. So
all right, I think I'm okay now.
Mr. Coffee, you know, pardon me, but I'm going to have to do this. Yesterday, the former Minister of Finance, Amara Corner, wrote a post, a very lengthy post, and I read the post, so did many others. And in that post, he posted a picture of you, and you were the central theme of the post. And he talked about the role you played in helping to bring reforms at the airport, putting in place financial control systems and new management system, all those things that seem to have been working well. And you want to tell us a little bit about that first before we even go on? I mean, first of all, he put you on the spot, and he apologized for putting you on the spot like that. But it was good for some of us to know, some of us who have known you for a while, but didn't know in particular the role you play in helping to bring reforms, much needed reforms at the airport. So tell us a little bit about that. The post from Amara Corner yesterday.
Yeah, Pedro. If you don't mind, I'll call you Pedro on the show.
Oh, of course, I don't mind.
Yeah, so Yeah, I didn't come to talk about that, but since you asked, with all due respect, I will talk a little bit about that. But yesterday I had a very busy day. I had a phone call I made yesterday. First of all, happy birthday to my wife.
Yeah.
My wife's birthday was yesterday. We're in a celebration mood. Even though we all had to go to work, she had to go to work, and I too had to be at work. And after that, we planned a family celebration. And then in the middle of that, I got a call on a project that we made a proposal for, and then I got a good news. So I called my wife and shared that with her. And a moment after, I started getting all these text messages and calls, and somebody posted something about me. So, and it consumed a good part of my day. Right. And so I went to read it, and I saw all these comments and all, especially the calls. Like, people calling me from Liberia, people text me from Liberia. But I think for me in life, I look at the positivity of things, right? Yeah, why people might want to play politics and all that, and spin the narrative. I mean, this narrative about my performance on the GMAP project is written. It's all in the Princeton Review. It's all in Strategic Leader Review. It's all over. And but the positive side is I appreciate what he wrote. That kind of highlight. Now I said, okay, it's good that it's coming from Amara, right? Like again, I don't want to go into the nitty gritty stuff, but I think I paid my dues at the airport. I was there from 2006 to be specific, from April 2006 to September 2009. I should have stayed there for 4 years, but then again, when you're stiff, when you want the right thing to be done, when you're adamant for the airport and for the benefit of the Liberian people, and you put your foot on the ground when you speak truth to power, then you get hit on. Okay. So obviously, within the third year of my fourth year tenure of that GMAP project, I was removed from the airport and taken to LIPA to develop a training program in my last year. So, yeah, why it is true that Mr. Abraham Simon, who is also a visionary and a change agent like myself, had completed. There were 2 reports at the airport conducted by NACO Stewart. One was the emergency work. How do you get the airport to a place where it is comfortable now for us to do the bigger one, right? The real development. Then the bigger report was about 400 pages for the long-term development of the airport. And we had just completed the emergency works. We completed it. That led to the coming in of Delta and other airlines. We worked with the Federal Aviation Authority. I mean, Pedro, I was waking up 3 o'clock every morning for my country. Waking up 3 o'clock and going to bed, late. And we work together. And when you have agent of change, people who want change, like Mr. Ibrahim Simon, who was the MD at that time, he too had to leave. And then we left. And after that, I mean, we met the airport in a dying strait. It was in negative. It couldn't pay his salary. I mean, all kinds of things were going on. I don't want to go into the details. Mm-hmm. And then we got it up to a good place. Got some money into the bank in $1 million. We could pay everything. We could do everything. Now we're ready now, planning to do the bigger work. And then we had to leave. And the moment after we left, the downward spiral started. Right within it towards the end of 2009 and 2010. And it started. And so what is going on at the airport is something that has been over the years. And, I'm sorry, but I mean, I love my country. Sometimes I bleed, but That's what it is. It is what it is, like we say.
Yeah, it is what it
But
is.
I didn't come to talk about that. I came here to talk about business, my friend.
But that particular post is something that triggered me asking you that. But thank you very much. Mr. Coffee, tell us a little about yourself. Who is Alex Coffee?
Alex Coffee is a Liberian citizen. He's married to Mrs. Joa Coffee. Together we have 4 children. And we lived in Minnesota for a little bit, for a number of years, not a little bit. And we recently relocated for about a year now to Texas, Dallas, Texas. And I went to school. Every time I went to school, everything in my head was about going back to Liberia and serving my country. And right now, I work in corporate America. I started with I did a degree in accounting, and I did an MBA, double MBA in accounting and information system. I started working up in America here. I started off in Liberia with the number one. I started out in West Africa. I started working with PricewaterhouseCoopers. I was based in Ghana, working for PricewaterhouseCoopers, West Africa. So I could go to Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia. And then I came to the States and started working in corporate America. And in 2006, I was recruited by the US government to go back to Liberia on the GMAT project, where I did that. And then after that, I started, after my project with the GMAT, I started my company, Allen Bernard International, which is the center of the topic today.
Yes.
And then I did that. After that too, then I became head of the financial intelligence unit. And after that, I decided to come back to the States and continue my stuff here. So I started my company again in the US.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. So you're here today. We're going to be talking about how did the idea of forming this company come about, Allen Bernard International?
So when I worked for PricewaterhouseCoopers, by the way, PricewaterhouseCoopers is one of the big 4 accounting firms in the world.
Yeah, in the same league with KPMG and all those big firms.
Yeah, KPMG, Deloitte and Touche, and Ernst & Young. So it's that. So when I worked with that company, I worked with them for 7 years. Okay, and I always thought that I could develop a business model too, when I grow up at that time, and I could replicate like the KPMG, that the Deloitte and Touche. I mean, in a small way, in a medium way, or in a big way, who knows? So I always had that dream. I always had that dream, right? And then when I immigrated to the U.S., living in Minnesota, bought a house, opened my office. My basement was my place. Was my
that is how most businesses start in America, either the garage or the basement.
Yeah, I have my office there, and I kept dreaming, and say I'll establish a company. And I was dreaming on that, and I talked to a colleague of mine. We were putting things together, drawing our website. We're just doing all the schematic work and saying what we could do. And then whilst doing the thought process, then I was recruited to go to Liberia, right? So you can say I was still trying to establish myself in the US when I was recruited to go to Liberia. So immediately when my GMAP contract got over, I registered my company, and then I started an office. And I think that's how we met, Henry. I had my office in the old defense building on Benson and Buchanan Street, and my office there. And every time after work, I would come and sit down with my people, the ordinary people, right? So we must share. Wigo, we call her Wigo, right? And then we met there one day.
Yep.
So that's the reason why I started the company. It was a dream that I wanted, and I still want to fulfill that dream.
That's beautiful. So tell us about. Please explain your business model to us. How is ABI structured? How does it work? What kind of services does it provide? Tell us about the model.
So the company, like you said, is Alan Bernard International. Sometimes people ask me, "Oh, where that name coming from?" I say, "I will know eventually." But Alan Bernard is the same. It goes by the same Price Waterhouse and Deloitte and Touche. It's people's name that are put together. Different people names that are put together. So it's a management consulting firm, right? So what we do, our business model, it's a team of consultants, right, and different associates, right, that who are focused on growing and transforming. In the U.S., we focus on nonprofit organizations. We focus on home health care agency services, as well as other small businesses. We also do transport business, construction, especially in the Texas area, and other industry too. And then we put our ideas together. So what we do is we don't have a lot of staff in our offices, but we have collaborative relationships with other firms, other small businesses, other medium firms, and as well as other individuals. So when we have a project, we bring these people on board. So we have a pool of people. Sometimes we go on in search for individual depending on the project, and then we bring them on board depending on the size of the project, depending on the timing of the project. We bring them on board. So if we, for example, if we're writing a proposal, right? If that proposal is in healthcare, we have associates that are specialists in healthcare. We ask them, we bring them on board, we add them to the proposal, we write the proposal. When the project, we win the project, then we do the project and we sign subcontracts and things, payment arrangement and all that stuff, and we make the payment. So for every assignment, we bring dedication and commitment. We bring our experience and our skills, and we pride ourselves in performance-based processes, and then integrated solutions. And we also try to build a relationship with our client, a personal relationship with our client, because our model is cycle the customer with all the services so that the customer focuses on its core business. Say, for example, if it's a nonprofit, we don't get involved in your nonprofit work, but all the other auxiliary items, we deal with them. All right, the financial report, the back office accounting, starting the business, and all the different ideas and stuff like that. So if you have home health, we're not health specialists, but we deal with the other aspect, the administrative aspect that gets you to relax and
you let them focus on running their core business, which is providing a home healthcare service. You take care of all.
We handle your payroll, we handle your IT, we handle your days, we handle all the things, and you focus on health here. Yes.
That is fantastic.
So that's our business model.
That's beautiful. That's very, very good. In this day and age, you don't have to have a big back office or brick and mortar operation with lots of employees. You can have a network of competent, experienced people you can tap into whenever a job comes up. And yeah, that's a brilliant business model. So tell us.
And let me add, and what is happening, and the COVID, right? It's a plus and a minus, right? It's a sickness, it's a disease. We didn't want that, but out of the COVID comes this whole remote working, right? People working remotely, and that is really beautiful, right? So sometimes, like in this tax season, right? We've never made contact with any of our clients. I mean, or like 99% of our clients.
No contact. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's all done virtually. If we want to meet you, we meet you on social media, YouTube. I mean, we meet you on like now what we're doing. We use WhatsApp most of the time, and and Skype to meet you, and we can talk to people in India, for certain projects, technology projects, and things like that. So it is good. So we can have virtual meetings with even some of our consultants and even the clients. Yeah, but sometimes we make physical touch. If it's a big client, we have to do some work with them. But a lot of the time, we do things virtually. Yeah.
That's the new way of doing business since thanks to COVID.
Yep.
You know, the virtual, we escaped to the virtual world, and it's working pretty well. It's working pretty well. So let's talk about the company. Where would you say you are located? Even though you just said you have a network of people who can write project proposals, accountants, people who do various manners of things. But where would you say you're located, and how can one contact the company?
So we're located, because we started in Liberia. We still have an office in Liberia. We have a country representative in Liberia because we still have some projects that overlook the West African region where we do some of our work. We have a contacts with our Ghanaian friends and things like that we do work with, but we still have an office in Liberia. We have an office where we started from the US. We have an office in Minnesota, all right, and now we have an office in Dallas, Texas, all right. So we have three offices, two in the US and one in Liberia currently, and you can contact us by email. You can contact us by phone. But in the US, our phone number is 469.
Hold on. Let me 469
378
378
3441.
All right. So
And let me add that's an office line, that's a landline. So it's not the one you can text. Once you make contact with us, then if the need be, we can give you all the other information, such as our cell phone numbers and all that, right? But this is our office number. You can call this number from anywhere. So this is our central number that anywhere you call from, you can get. So sometimes it would forward a call, but it's 469-378-3441. So in the US, we deal with the 50 states. We deal with all states. So you can call from wherever. You can call from Puerto Rico. You can call from wherever we will handle your business.
That's wonderful. I'm going to pin this information right here. It's at the bottom of the page.
Yeah.
I hope I spelled the company's name correctly. Did I? I hope I did. We're gonna come back to you. So let's get into.
You did.
Okay, good, fantastic. Let's get into the nitty gritty. What does ABI do in terms of services? Let's get into the details in terms of your services. What kind of services specifically does your company offer? What can you do, folks? Folks, listen. For those of you who may not know Mr. Alex, and I say this, you need to look him up. Mr. Coffey was recruited by the United States government to work in Liberia under the GMAP program, the famous GMAP program. These people that were brought, the experts that were brought from abroad, some of them were Americans, some of them were Liberians, some of them were from other countries, to help fix what did GMAP really do? To put in place the kind of economic and the kind of accounting control systems, something like that, to make sure the right regulatory systems and frameworks were put in place to ensure that there's accountability, transparency, you can track money, reforms, right? Essentially, that's what GMAP did, right?
Yes.
I'm just trying to talk about your expertise here because it's very important so people know who we're dealing with here. So basically, people know what GMAP is. I mean, they remember. So that is what GMAP did. So he was one of the people who was recruited and sent to Liberia to work in Liberia. And he worked for the #1 accounting firm in the world, PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers. And he also headed the FIU, the Financial Intelligence Unit. And at the FIU, he did fantastic work. Fantastic work. They were involved in trying to put in place the framework, the regulatory framework, and monitor financial outflows and inflows to ensure that people were not laundering money, that criminal money or illicit finance. Isn't that what you guys call it?
Yeah.
To track illicit finance, dirty money, and coming in and going out, and all of that. Amazing work Ellis Coffey and his team at the FIU did. They raised the bar. They really raised the bar. And I'm really glad the guy who's there now, Harris, is doing an equally fantastic job. But the systems that were put in place by Coffey and his team, fantastic, just phenomenal. They receive lots of commendations regularly from the United States government because the Americans are very concerned about money laundering dirty money in and out. But the work Coffey and his team did, very professional work. So we're talking about somebody here who has many long years of experience working in the private sector at the in some of the best top firms in the industry in his career, and working in the public sector, helping to bring reforms to the airport, like Amara Courtney said in our post yesterday, reforms that culminated in major airliners like Delta flying in, beginning to fly into Liberia, other big airlines. So that's the kind of guy we're talking about here. So when you go to Allen Bernard International, you have the opportunity to tap into the expertise, the credibility, and the integrity that he has. To be recruited by the United States government and deployed to Liberia to work for his own country, they brought the best and the brightest, and he was one of them. There was one time he was on the short list to be named, to be highly being considered to be the Auditor General. Of course, politics got in the way, but we're talking about somebody who knows how to build systems and somebody who knows his job he is the best at it. So that's what we're talking about. So that's what you get when you secure the services of Allen Bernard International. You get Ellis Coffey and his team at your service, at your disposal, to help you ensure whether you are a non-governmental or a 501c3, as we call it in America.
Yes.
You are a small business. You want to make sure you have no trouble with the IRS. You got your books all tight. You want to make sure your filings are done on time. Somebody you can go to sleep and focus on your small business and let Ellis Coffey and his team do your job for you that you don't have to concern yourself with. That's why it's good to have, that's what we're talking about. So it's not just anybody having a company that does that. It's the people and the leader of that team who comes with this kind of impressive credentials. So let's now go into the details, the nitty-gritty of the different types of services that Allen Bernard International provides. Let's go into that.
Thank you, Pedro, for that. Sometimes I'm very shy of talking about myself, so I kind of like.
But let me be the one to talk about that.
Yeah, sometimes you feel that when you talk, I just shy. Sometimes like you sound boastful or you sound this. So, but thank you for putting that in. But let me make a comment about Edwin Harris, since you mentioned him. When you take over an entity and you try to change everything, you have difficulties. But one good thing Harris did, Edwin Harris at the FIU, when he took over, from the beginning when he started, we spoke a little bit on 2 occasions. But one thing I understand was that one thing he said was that, but Coffey, you set up everything here. I mean, you did a great job, and all I'm going to do is to just build on what you left back. And I think that strategy is paying off for him. That yes, he had to do a lot of improvement, hire some more people, which at the time we were constrained to do because of the financial resources we were not getting at the FIU. We were highly constrained, especially in my last year or so of being at the FIU. We were really constrained that we're not getting the finances we're supposed to get. But Harry built on what we started, and he said that, and he's making progress, and I appreciate the progress he's making. And I'm gonna say thank you.
And the Americans have been working closely with him as well as they work here with you. But so let's talk about the services, the types of services that Allen Bernard can offer a potential client. And if I ran a small business or a big business or a medium-sized business in the state of Delaware, Allen Bernal service me?
Yes, we can. In all the 50 states, yes, we can service.
Thank you. Now you may proceed.
Yeah. So we in the U.S., in the United States of America, in all the 50 states, if you know of a legal Zoom, right, where you go and do all your business registration and all that stuff, we offer similar services as well, right? So on our business, we got business support, accounting and tax services, and we have the anti-money laundering services. All right. For now, we narrow it down to those three overall services. So under the business support services, we help start off business. So if you're starting your business, if you want to do business, so we'll help you, by the way, to get you started. We get your business registration going on your behalf. You just give us the information. We take care of all that. We try to get your federal and also your state employer identification number. We get all that fine work for you. There are some states that are very difficult to even navigate their Secretary of the State website, like Texas. It's difficult. So we take care of that, and we got contacts and things like that. So we also help find other, business startup information, whether it's federal, whether it's state, and other forms. Sometimes you belong to an organization, right? Sometimes nonprofit would belong to an organization that require licensing and all that stuff. We take care of all that kind of stuff for you. And we also prepare, one of the things we do, we prepare documentation. So we prepare things like bylaws, we prepare policies and procedure documents and things like that. Especially for nonprofit, you will need bylaws as part of your registration process. So we help to obtain nonprofit 501c status. They got 501c3 and the other numbers, but all of them we put them in a 501c status. And sometimes if you lost your status, we can help you reinstate. So we got the legal people to deal with that and all that stuff. And then home health care agencies, we help you with the process, register your business, start the process, help you to get your Medicaid and Medicare certification. We help you do that. Okay, so that is one of our business support. And we provide other services to support the business, right? But these are the core. And we don't only service nonprofit and home care agencies. We service other companies, but for now, our core is nonprofit and home care services. We provide under our accounting and tax services. We deal with individuals. We deal with self-employed. Like I said, we deal with nonprofit, home health care agency, and other small businesses. Okay, we help you plan your taxes. We help you prepare your taxes, and we help you file your returns. We also provide back office accounting services for small businesses. So when we say back off, the same remote thing we're talking about. So we do the back of accounting. Some people have their own software, but we have our software where we collect our client information. If you have your software, we get access. We get the, so we serve as the accountant for the software. So you give us the access to that software. We can put your information. Some people give us access to their bank accounts. We can go into your bank account and download information either electronically or manually. We can do that. And then we prepare Medicaid and Medicare cost reports. That is one of the key things when you're doing the home health care agencies. That Medicare, and you remember that cost service. Sometimes people can
run into trouble.
Yeah,
serious trouble.
Run into trouble with it.
That
so
you potentially do jail time.
Yes, over under and stuff like that. So we deal with that report. We also prepare franchise taxes for small businesses. And then for the individuals, like now during the tax season, we've been very busy with both individual and small business taxes. It's been crazy, right? During this tax season. So, and then we also provide bookkeeping, accounting, and QuickBook training. In fact, we'll be in providing a training in Minnesota, June, September, for QuickBook people. Then, so what we do with our, especially, let me just talk about this, the tax services for now, because we try to build a relationship with our clients during this tax season, during each tax season. For example, when we onboard an individual, okay, we obtain your documents, we do your taxes, and we speak to you. We don't just file your taxes. We speak to you. We tell you how much you're getting back or how much you're paying. We explain to you the reasons why you're getting what you're getting or you're paying. Sometimes there are a lot of things that happen with people's taxes, and during the course of the year, we advise you, do this, do this. And over the last 3 years or so, we found that very useful, right? People have gotten out of tax trouble, and they, sometimes people want to do, some things, right, which are not in line. But we try to get it in line. We don't try to make it to evade taxes, but we try to make it to avoid, taxes. So we help you on. So we have a conversation with you and walk you through the 9 year why you perform the way you perform. For example, if somebody goes exempt, some people don't pay federal tax at all. Go to job and on your W-4, they say exempt. And that means they don't pay tax. Of course, at the end of the year, you got to pay Uncle Sam back. Uncle Sam does not have a pool of money they're just dishing out. They either give you what you pay them and they give you some back, or they give you in addition to your credits. So they don't just have to put part of money. So if you think you want big money, then you got to plan your taxes very well, and during the course of the year. All right. So for our anti-money laundering services, we deal with businesses, mostly financial services institutions, right? And we've had some good contract with some good. I won't call my client's name, but we've had some. And that is one of the reasons why we moved to Texas. I had to really get to Texas because there was a growing business service here for us. Okay. So we perform anti-money laundering is AML for short. So AML risk assessment services. Everything is risk-based these days, right? So you got to determine your risks and all that stuff, do your risk tolerance and all that stuff. So we do that. We help whether it's banks, whether it's insurance company, whether it's casino, we help them with enhance their compliance program, and we do some investigation as well of things like that, and we provide training. So for the U.S., in a nutshell, those are the services that we provide: business support services, accounting and tax services, and anti-money laundering. In Liberia, West Africa, we provide other services, financial management services, assurance services, institutional and capacity development services, and information technology services and stuff like that, and as well as training. So we provide that, and we provide anti-money laundering services as well in West Africa.
Fantastic. Well, folks, if you're just joining us, we've been here for a while. Our guest is Mr. Alex Coffey. He is the managing consultant at Allen Bernard International. This is a company he founded and he runs, and that he's brought his many years of his vast wealth of experience and expertise to this company, which which is at your disposal if you contact them and try to secure their services, and they can help you focus on what you really should be doing, as opposed to, because you see, one of the reasons why in the States, for example, most of these businesses, like the home care service providers, lots of Liberians are in that business, and they don't necessarily have to have a whole team of people with their own internal accountant or the people who provide all these different services that you talk about. They don't need to have that. They can just outsource it to a company such as Allen Bernard International.
Exactly.
So focus on actually serving their clients while you service them in ways that they don't have to focus on doing for themselves or have somebody in their own operation or their own setup to do that. So that's good. Yeah. So we run the ad here, the jingle. Listen to it, folks. You can get the details there if you you want to get in touch with them. If you at any point in time, I know people do that all the time. Hey, you have Mr. Coffee on, man. I think I need to reach him. Feel free to contact us or just drop a comment under here whenever, and we'll put you in touch with Mr. Coffee and his team at Allen Bernard International. Mr. Kobe, I want to say thank you very much for coming on this morning.
I have a question for you, Henry.
Sure.
Yeah, my birthday was February 3rd, and I had a good time. It's one birthday, and I wrote after my Facebook post, and I kind of like caused a traffic on Facebook for my birthday. There's too many people, so I mean, I had good birthdays, right? Celebrations and stuff over the years.
Mm-hmm.
This one was virtually important. And it's one birthday that I dance a lot, right? And I received the Facebook messages, the calls, the text messages. My phone was off the hook. I'm like, wow. So after the birthday, I wrote on Facebook, wow, I'm so grateful for the outpouring of love on my birthday, right? Thank you all. And you, Costa, you made a note there. You say you are a good man. So don't be surprised that people admire. And I underline those words, admire, respect, and like you. Hope you had a good thing. And
I think I remember that.
Yeah. And you come across a lot since we met. I don't know if you remember when we met.
The first time we met was at Hilltop, Broad Street, many years ago. And
yeah.
I didn't know much about you. You seemed, my first impression of you was this. This is a guy, very good looking gentleman, of course, brilliant, very affable, very humble. This is a guy who is a professional in one space. And then when he leaves that professional environment, he comes down, he's just an outgoing, humble, decent, affable gentleman. That was my impression of you at first, before I would get to know who you were and what you did. And that is exactly what you turned out to be. So I sized you up correctly. So, and then we clicked. We had a very cordial, very warm, interaction. And we became very cool. We would check on each other. You would check on me. I would check on you. We would have these long calls, talk about everything, Liberia, and it was wonderful. The last time we met, we sat down together, we ate together, we spent hours together.
Yeah.
In Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah, you went to Minnesota, you said people are in town. I said, oh my God, I just moved. You said, oh my God. Then you came to Dallas and we meet you. Yeah, then you came back and you said, my people are in town. I drove to you, like.
Wonderful.
And that the moment that struck me was when we met at Women's Shop on Buchanan Street, Buchanan and Benson, at the corner of Buchanan and Benson.
Yeah.
And my people you are like your business. You went all into me and like, oh my God.
I just.
I mean, that is something I get all the time, but I mean,
I saw a very good person in you, and my initial impression was accurate, and that's what it's always been. I remember you said to me when I was going to Minnesota for my graduation celebration. I thought you were still in Minnesota. I didn't know you had moved to Dallas. I said, Big brother, I'm coming to your town. And he was like, and I would like to invite you to the graduation ceremony. He's like, oh, Pedro, I just moved to Dallas. If I were there, man, I was going to take you to drive you around. I'm like, what does this guy think? I'm not going to ask him to drive me around. Because I already got people who help me do that. But, you were just in your business schedule. You would still try to find time for us. So when I was coming to Dallas, the first time I missed you, The second time I said, no, this time we got to meet. And I hit you up and we had a wonderful time together. You know, everything about Liberia, the vision for the
Then I saw your different side, the loud Costa on the show. Not knowing that this guy is a personable guy and you know,
yeah,
we have a good time together.
Some people don't know, you know, they just think what they get here is the Costa they get if they met him in person, but you know, that's not where we are. Yes, but you know, so you are one of those people I have tremendous respect for, admiration for what you've done. You've been tried and tested working for your country, and the work that you've done, the professionalism you bring to the work you do, the integrity, and the way you carry yourself. You know, very humble. You don't try to toot your own horn like most of us do. And I really admire that. And I really wish you all the best. And we're here to, you know, give the exposure. And I highly, highly recommend Mr. Coffey's firm and what they do, because I know you will get nothing but the best. You know, people pay a lot of money for expertise, for going to people who they know can give them the best possible services with the kind of integrity and experience. There's a lot for him to, you know, there are a lot of things you cannot afford to go wrong with that, you know, because you have too much to fall back on. So yeah, we wish you the very best. And I didn't know you had come down to Maryland for Dr. Sawyer's funeral.
Oh yeah, I did.
The memorial service. I didn't even know until I saw the pictures, and I was like, oh my God. I didn't know they had Dr. Sawyer's memorial service in Maryland. I would have gone.
Mm-hmm. And I had a good time too. And you know, like you know, you go somewhere and some of your young friends meet you and they come for the papier and they get the papier all they want boy. Like you know, it's like the same thing. You know? So all I want to do is to mentor, to inspire my life. So if sometimes I put you in a hot spot to walk a fine line, move professionally and socially, it's sometimes difficult, but all I want to do is to inspire people like you. And that's why sometimes I call you and say, my man, you're talking too much. My man, stop doing it here.
All the time. He will call me, my man. What's going on? Why are you sounding like this? Why are you doing this? You know, very, very good. We have those very frank, and I really do enjoy our conversations, and they're very frank. Your concerns always come from a place, and the reason why I listen, you know, people don't know. People are prone or susceptible to being influenced by people who they trust, people who they know have their genuine and best interests at heart, and people who they know are sincere and are not trying to manipulate them for their own ends. And so once I know that person is like that, I put them in a different category. I listen to a lot of people, but I don't necessarily take advice from a lot of people, because not everybody is in your interest. But once I know that person is well-meaning, is well-intentioned, is honest, I am inclined to listen and even take their advice. And I have a lot of people like that in my corner, and it is a blessing. It is a blessing, and it is one of the incredible blessings that I have. I have a lot of people to listen to. I have the Ellis Coffees of the Word. I have the Chris Neals of the Word. I have wonderful sisters and big brothers and fathers and grandmothers, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing, you know, to have all that pool of diverse, rich, knowledgeable, warm, genuine support and counsel.
But still, sometimes you can be higher, Biggie.
Oh yeah, but you know how they're gonna be there. Hey man, I see you. I know you have a long day ahead.
All right.
And thank you so much. We had an incredible time with you.
Thank you. All right.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Thank you.
There you have it, Mr. Alice Coffey from Allen Bernard International. And as I've said, I highly recommend his services because of the guy who's captaining the ship. He is a good man. He knows what he's doing, and he's got integrity. Thank you so much. God bless you all, and have yourselves a wonderful, blessed day. We will be back here tomorrow, same time, 10:30 a.m. Liberian time, which will be 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and to continue to do what we do. Tomorrow, we're going to pick up from where we left off on the Princess Cooper death, mysterious, questionable death. We want answers. We hope sometime today, the governor of Liberia, through the LNP, can give us answers. We want to know what happened, what did the autopsy find, if it did find anything, what did it find? We want to know also why hasn't the government raised the $9 million that it owes the CLSG program. This is CLSG stands for, if you're wondering, the C stands for Cote d'Ivoire, the L stands for Liberia, the S stands for Sierra Leone, and the G stands for Guinea. Under the CLSG, the Transco CLSG program, this is a public-private partnership between among these 4 African countries in the sub-region, and the electricity is produced in Cote d'Ivoire, is brought through, of course, high-tension transmission and distribution infrastructure, high-tension lines into Liberia, parts of Liberia, and we just need to sign the power purchase agreement and have the power switched on so that our electricity troubles can be no more. We want to know why the government hasn't done that. They must do this. We'll keep talking about this until they will tell us something, why they haven't done it, and they must do it. Thank you so much. God bless you all, and have yourselves a blessed day. I love you. Bye-bye.